Hello everybody and welcome back to another mod review. In today's mod review we're going to be looking at the Chipped mod, which is a mod that adds literally 11,000 different types of combinations of blocks. As you can see behind me, I have quite a few laid out, but 11,000 total. If you guys are at all new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. With that being said, let's get started. So what this mod adds is 7 different tables. As you can see, here's the 7 designs, but it has a Botanist, Glassblower, Carpenters, a Loom, a Mason, Alchemy, and a Tinker Table, which all, as you can kind of guess, have their own blocks that they produce, and you can probably guess by what the Carpenter Table does, what the Loom Table does, but some of them you might not. My recommendations, if you're going to play this mod, is just have like a building that just has all 7 of these tables at always, just so you can use any of these blocks. But we're going to start over at the Botanist Workbench. So what the inside looks like that. If I go ahead and grab any of these blocks, so some of them are already just the blocks that they make, and I throw it in here. Here are all, this is a snow block, this is a bad example, but here's like the leaf blocks. You can get all of these options within here. If I go ahead and grab the dirt block, here are all the different types of bricks, blocks, and everything. Now there's going to be similar ones with stones, everything like that, but this is like just the botanist style. So anything that you can think of nature. So I even think flowers work. Okay, some flowers do, and I know the mushrooms. So these are just normal mushrooms, red mushrooms, but they have their own, and like the brown mushrooms have their own. But to get more of what these look like, I have some blocks laid out. Now these are obviously not all the blocks, or else that would take the entire video. It would be like a couple hour video, but I thought I would lay out a few that look good. I mean, these are really nice for, like, think about autumn, making a tree that looks like it's shedding its leaves or changing colors. But you can add stuff like apple trees, cherry trees. I think these are golden apples, if I remember correctly. Yeah, cherry oak leaves, golden cherry oak leaves. But yeah, so the botanist is like your anything alive and in nature, but you can do it with any type of leaf style, so they get different shades and everything. But moving on, we have the glass blowing. So as you can guess, I didn't put all the glasses in here, but you simply grab your glass, throw it in there, and you get tons of options. And I actually want to grab a different color just to show you. You get a ton of options for all these as well. You can really easily make stained glass, and what I have laid out behind here is the panes and some of the normal glass blocks. The panes, actually, I didn't make them corresponding with the one next to it, but you get a good idea of what you're getting. So you can do a whole bunch of colors, and I think they look really good and very simple. Moving on to the most explanatory is the carpenters. This is for anything wood related. So you have your oak, your wood doors, which are actually beautiful, and I'll show you those out more. But like the glass door looks beautiful, and what you can do too, which I forgot to mention, if you wanted to build a wall, you can kind of show that here. If you wanted to see what it looks like long ways, like for flooring, or if you want to see what it looks like tall, you can do those types of things for any of those. But these are what I have laid out for us. The doors absolutely change the game. Like, imagine having this front door, having a secret bookshelf. These all look really good. This nice one for like hidden in like the woods area. But as you can mention, if I just type in door here, you can see there's tons of options, and even trapdoors. I completely forgot about trapdoors, but yeah, any trapdoor had a ton of options for you to use. And we're gonna scroll through this entire chipped thing. As you can see, there's hundreds at the end of the video here. But next, moving on, we have is the loom. So this is anything wool related. So like I grabbed white wool. Carpet. So here's all your carpet variations. You can do the same thing with that. Then you got your actual blocks, pretty similar. I mean, you have all these types of, they look like, tons of different types, pretty self-explanatory. I probably wouldn't use the loom very often. Maybe if I was doing a carpet, I mean, I guess I might as well use it, but I don't see myself using it a whole lot. But it's there, and it provides a lot. And actually, now that I think about it, red carpet would probably look really good, like a pattern. Yeah, Oh yeah, that'd look really good in a house. But alright, moving on, we have the mason table. So mason table, anything stone. So there's tons of stones in the game. You got dripstone, you got tough blocks. So tough. You can see there's a ton of options for tough. But you grab anything for sandstone that looks like that. There's a ton of options. And then anything for stone. I mean, you got your grade variants and everything. What I wanted to look up was stone bricks, because I didn't actually get to see these. Okay, no. So it is just off the base stone, okay? I think there is a cobblestone. I think there is. Yes, ton for cobblestone, which adds a whole lot of color. Definitely a ton of color. But yeah, so here's some of them blocked out. I really brought up the sandstone because I've always wanted sandstone bricks. I think they were, such a good add to the game. If they actually could make it to where it's the same brick style as, the stone bricks, because then you could change, you can make a Greek village very easily with that. So the alchemy table, this one does not have a whole lot of stuff that can be made. Anything that you think of that's, magically, like glowstone's a good example, amethyst is a good example, but simply throw it in there. Same, all these tables work the exact same. Here are some options that you get with that. I really like the glowstone options. I mean, if we're looking through these, I would use a lot of these glowstone options, depending on this. This would be a perfect, shiny floor. But yeah, and then probably one of my favorite ones is the tinker table. So this is anything lighting. You can think of lighting, fences, anything that's odd and so I think fences in general. No, not fences in general. But if you think about anything odd, that might not have a block, that this will do that. Actually, I want to see what redstone torches. I see that on there. I want to see what the redstone torches. Yeah, you can make a whole bunch of different color redstone torches. Okay. Can I do comparators? Oh, I thought you could do that, but alright. So, going on, there's some examples that I have for the lights. I really like this one. This little iron, little fire pit looking one. But, yeah, there's some really good options. There's a whole bunch of Chinese and paper lights, Japanese paper lights. But yeah. So, overall, that's basically the tables, all the tables. And let's jump into kind of just scrolling through the actual bar here. So I'm gonna just jump to that. So scrolling through the table real quick. Got the amethyst, which we kind of looked at. We got some coal blocks. There's something that's really cool. Got crying obsidian. We already looked at the stones. Lapis, diamond, emerald, gold. Stop at any point if you see anything that you really like. Iron. Now you got your netherite. This would be a very expensive block to build out. Sponge, glowstone, coppers, all the coppers. Ice, so both variants, the blue glass, normal glass, packed glass. Dirt, more ice, packed ice, snow blocks, clay, mud. So mud and then packed mud is a huge one. That looks really nice. There's all your leaf variants. You even have leaf variants for the mangrove roots. Then you get into your, frog lights, which I completely forgot about actually. Yeah, then you get mushroom blocks. Mushroom blocks have a huge amount. Cobwebs, different style cobwebs. This is gravels. Yeah, tons of different gravels. Melons, anything, literally anything you can think about, you can basically make in this mod. Shroom lights, more nether stuff. You got some bamboos. You got some lily pads, which actually I think they just, normal lily pad. More pumpkins. Looks like vines. Vines are actually really cool. These would be really, really nice in the game. Going over those. Actually, I want to pull out some later. But then you got all your wood variants. So this is all your woods. You got some more things. You got your logs variants. So if you want to add more reinforced stuff like that, your bookshelves, your ladders, which the ladders actually look really cool as well. More logs. All your doors, which we kind of went over. Trap doors, kind of went over. Glasses, kind of went over. Lighting. All your concretes produce something, so they're all concretes. Carpets we went over. Ancient debris. And there's tons. Andesite, blackstone, yeah, anything you can think about. Calcite, endstone, gilded, granite, literally anything. And I'm just continuously scrolling. I mean, I'm just scrolling through quickly at this point. Gold, are these gold? Yeah, I mean, a ton of blocks. 11,000 is what they say. It's actually 11,000 or above. These are all the let's see, polished clay. So like your terracotta cooked again, but even to the point where you do pointed dripstone. That looks really cool. And all those things. But yeah. So last thing I wanted to kind of look at is if I built like a stone wall. Stone wall. I feel like it's kind of hypocritical if I don't use like a stone here. Use this one. But some of them like connect, but this one doesn't. So like let's just say I built a stone wall and I want some vine color. Oh yeah, these would add so much to it. And I bet you can still climb them. Yep. Yeah, that's really cool, and it'd be really good to make like grapevines, stuff like that. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you guys have, you want to see more of these, maybe I can go through more of these for you guys, these in the chipped mod. But yeah, please hit that subscribe button down below, comment down below what your favorite aspect of this mod was, and I will see you guys all in the next mod.